Computer boot sequence initiated. Accessing library computer data. NCC 10535. Starship Tempest.
Space. The final frontier. These are the missions of the Starship Tempest. Set between Captains Kirk and Picard, 5 friends stumble their way through their first role-playing game as the crew of this Federation starship, exploring strange new worlds, keeping peace in the galaxy, defending their keyboards from kids and cats, and going clumsily, if not boldly, where no one has gone before. Captain's Log Supplemental. So far, I've managed to hold my own with the Gorn on the planet's surface, but I have no more idea how to actually make it out of this thing alive than I did when I first beamed down. I'm about to try a thing to throw the Gorn off my trail, but at best that will buy me some time, and even so, it won't be long before a nasty electrical storm is on top of us.
Yeah. Can I repack the med kit to include some new drawers?
We do have a pair of Romulan pants.
Yeah. Oh, right. Good.
So, if I'm not mistaken, we did take their shoulder pad generators. So
This we did.
So at this point, I'm going to say that the Gorn is closing in at a distance. So right now, just to lay out exactly how the mechanic here is working, you have a certain number of turns before the Gorn closes in on you.
Mm-hmm.
Running away is a turn, but every time you run away, you put 2 more turns of distance between you and the Gorn. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So right now, I used 1 turn to throw my shirt into the cave as a
Distraction.
as a red herring.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I got 2 more turns. Is that right?
Yeah.
And my instinct is to run to just the other side of the mouth of the cave and just sort of kind of hide behind there while the Gorn enters the cave. I tried to throw it as far into the mouth of the cave as possible, so it's not just like there at the entrance.
Right at the edge. Yeah. Go ahead.
So anyway, no, that was what I was gonna say. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you throw it all the way in, but it's a shirt, right? So it doesn't go that far, even being thrown.
I should have put a rock in it first.
Yeah.
Well, it's a wet shirt, so you can throw it a little farther than normal.
That's true.
Because I hadn't peed for a couple of hours.
I'll give you. It goes 12 meters instead of 10.
Okay.
So yeah, it goes a few meters into the cave, but not very far. We'll say it does go far enough that you can't see it right away without entering the cave.
Yep.
So you do that. You hide. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, that's what I want to do. But I want to make sure that when I hide, I'm hiding close to one of these cacti that are all over the place.
Well,
Okay.
can ask? Wait.
Yeah, we're talking.
Sorry.
Oh my.
Wait. So
Use your words, Tara.
all this cat and mouse and the hiding and the stuff, like the only way out of this is combat, right? Like that's what they're waiting for in order to resolve it.
Right, but without some sort of an advantage, it's hopeless for me, basically. So my next question after I hide is going to be asking the Tempest what it is this material that the ground and the cave is obviously made out of, and going from there. If it's something that can be used to my advantage, I want as much of it around him as possible so I can create an electrical field. I don't know how I'll create an electrical field, but...
Well, the storm.
Storm's coming.
Yeah.
That it is.
Which, speaking of, the storm is now starting to close in. Good news is that it cools off the area a little bit, so that's nice for you. But there is a lot of lightning in the storm. There's a lot of lightning hitting the ground, and the lightning is definitely getting closer.
Now you're sending this guy into the cave where you would be protected from the storm.
Good job.
I was thinking that it would act more of like as a Faraday cage, where it'll sort of conduct all around him and also onto the floor where he's going to be.
You're gonna rotisserie this guy?
Kinda.
I mean, Faraday cages are used to protect from electrical.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I
Like
definitely used the wrong phrase, but you know what I mean. Like, if the lightning strikes on top of the cavern, based upon Brian's description, that ore is throughout everything, including wrapping around the ground, so that he would get toasted. And all I got to do is climb one of these barbed cacti, in theory.
If they don't kill you.
Good plan, Captain.
Hey, I'm not
All right.
hearing a whole lot of suggestions coming from you, Holden.
All right.
I'm trying to analyze the things we beamed up.
Okay.
I have a feeling it's going to determine some sort of cannon or weapon of some sort. That will be helpful.
So, Pricker, is there anything else you can give me about the environment around me?
Yeah, let me think on that for a second. Give me 1 second.
Let me think on it until it's...
in fact, I can tell you something about it. Brian.
Okay. Oh. Well, no, actually, you can't because you didn't know which planet it was going to be until the last minute, so you didn't study this planet.
He didn't study and he didn't study any of the planets?
Well, he did study the planets in general. If you want to know about the other... He can tell you about the other planets. He can't tell you about this planet. So, if you think that'll be helpful, go for it.
If you want to know about Rigel, I got that covered. But
Well, we all know about Rigel. All right, so the Gorn gets them out the cave, and then what happens, Brian?
Okay. Well, we're going to roll to see if he is fooled by the deception or not. So I'm going to pull up Captain Solaris here, and we're going to do an insight. And, oh shit, I never put the stats in for him. Damn it.
Oh, no.
Well, he was fooled by it then.
Yeah.
Yep. It sounds like he rolled a critical failure.
Oh, no.
He was fooled terribly by it.
Instead, we'll use the stock Gorn NPC, different captain. He's going to do an insight and security roll. Difficulty, I'm going to say 3, and I'm going to spend a threat to do it.
This is not an opposed task, is it?
No, it's not. It's just a task to see whether or not he takes the bait.
What if the captain wants to waft a little more?
Waft.
All right.
Okay, difficulty 3, but I only rolled 2 successes. So he does...
And a critical failure.
And a critical failure, which doesn't mean anything. And
Yeah, but I'm still going to nag you about it.
No, the critical failure is he got a little bit of my pee on his pants, too.
You peed his pants?
the critical failure is that you did have asparagus for dinner last night, so it's just an unpleasant experience for him.
Matt, aren't you glad you joined us for this?
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
So he stops at the mouth of the cave. He sniffs a little bit. It does lead him further in towards the cave, all the way to where the shirt is. He sniffs around. He's still not convinced that it's a deception based on the fact that the shirt is there, so he's sort of trying to sniff further into the cave. And then he sniffs something else, definitely separate from your shirt. At which point he lets out a very large, loud, big growl/hiss at the deeper recesses of the cave. And you can just barely hear something roar back.
Holy shit.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
My. It's a good thing you didn't run in there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And after that, the Gorn turns around and starts heading back out of the cave.
Does he start, like, fleeing the cave, or is he just, like, has he lost interest?
Well, you can't really tell. It's the same speed as always.
The Gorn only move at 1 speed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So is it back to the ship's turn?
But quick reminder that the storm is coming in, so it's getting even closer and it's intensifying even more. And now we will cut back to the ship.
All right.
Storm's coming.
So I think I want to run the scans on the stuff that we beamed up to try and get more information about what exactly they are, what the makeup are, what we can do with them type of stuff.
Okay.
And my guess is that for the wisdom check, Matt, I would say ask. Oh no, you said he doesn't know anything about this planet, so he wouldn't know what that might be.
Can we do? Can we look into the planet? Like look it up on our database?
Yeah, you could do a scan of the planet.
Well, we already did that, but I'm thinking actually look at the Starfleet databanks on this planet if there's anything?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you could do that.
You know what I mean? Like any
Yeah.
like animal life and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can.
We could figure out what the hell this giant thing is.
Which would you like to do first?
I
Uh,
don't know.
Sorry, I had to jump off for a second.
Wow, good job, Travis.
so you guys have a couple of tasks to that you can do this round. So you want to investigate the stuff you beamed up, and Matt Pricker is going to check kind of the data banks for any information that Starfleet might already have on this planet. Do you guys have a preference about which one you want to do first?
Let me do the research one first.
Okay.
The studying the stuff first.
Okay. So we will call that a, well, it's going to be a gated challenge. So it's going to be 3 separate tasks.
What is that?
It's actually not, I'm sorry, not a gated challenge, a linear challenge. In the sense that it's 3 separate tasks. You have to do them in a particular order, and you have to get all 3 to succeed overall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
we've done a couple of these. So.
Yeah. So it's not an extended task with the work track and magnitude and all of that, but it is 3 separate tasks to do this one thing. So we're going to say just kind of getting a sense of its composition and anatomy and whatnot. Sorry, there's a fly flying around.
Lieutenant Mayfly.
Mayf,
the
I
game
get
after a
back on the ship.
Yeah, so the first scan is going to be to get a general sense of the cactuses, anatomy, composition, all that, as well as the basic composition of the ground itself. So we will call that Insight and Science, difficulty 2.
Who?
All right. Should our science officer do that? I imagine.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, the science officer should do that.
That would be you,
I'm
Tara.
very busy today. Okay, difficulty 2, so I should probably spend a momentum, yeah?
Do it.
Yeah, spend one.
Oh man, 2 successes,
Oh, boy.
1 critical fail.
Okay, so you succeed. You learn that it is essentially like a cactus, but its biology is not based around photosynthesis. It seems like it's based around electrosynthesis, for lack of a better term. That, in other words, it powers its life functions by drawing electricity from somewhere, presumably electrical storms and whatnot.
Maybe I won't climb the cactus.
This is why we learn.
The interior
why we
is
learn.
made up of kind of a fruit-like substance, but that is also seems to be like a capacitor, or almost like a battery in a sense, where it stores the electrical charge over a long period of time, the same way a cactus stores water over a long period of time. The little crystal flower things seem to have some kind of magnetic property or electrical property to them as well. And yeah, I got to give you a complication. Yeah.
Does it actively have a charge at the moment?
Oh yeah, let's go with that's fun. We'll do that. Yeah, it shocks you, Dr. Teal.
Damn it.
And so you're gonna have to spend a turn going down
Sorry,
to
Dr. Teal.
sick bay and just getting checked out to make sure you're okay.
Bah.
So
And what was the soil made up of?
I don't have time for this.
the soil is a mixture of what seems to be regular normal soil and also a kind of ore that also seems to have electrical properties, almost like it's a superconductor material, but at room temperature. So it also seems to have some ability to hold and transfer a charge from an electrical strike.
All right.
I got it. Maddox, you have to create a rudimentary taser.
Taser face!
Is the Tempest done now?
No, so you want to do the wisdom check, right?
Oh, that's right. I wanted to look at the I want to look at the planet.
Yep, go
So
ahead.
would that be again reason and science again?
Yep.
And what would I roll for the ship?
Computers and science.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll for the ship. And 1 success for the ship.
Nice.
Cool.
2 for me.
Yay.
I'm great.
Oh, nice.
What was
Okay.
the difficulty?
2. Did you get any momentum back?
Yep, we got 1 back.
1 back. Okay. So you do succeed. Starfleet, or the Federation in general, has done a basic survey of this planet, but not really an in-depth one. So you know that it's mostly a desert. It's like 94% desert or something like that. There is a limited biosphere of plants, which are mostly the cactus plants that you've already encountered, and some animals, like, small, basically the size of a small lizard, up to maybe the size of a small dog. That is the full extent of what the Federation knows about life on this planet. But both the geology and the biology of this planet has not really been studied before. They did notice the same kind of weird properties that you have noticed about the electrical capabilities of at least the rocks, if not the life, but that's as far as they've gotten.
Well,
Maddox, or Holden, or what? Nope.
What?
I quit.
Huh?
I quit.
Somebody.
I'm gonna go.
Somebody fire.
I'm here, Commander.
Sorry. So we were trying
He's
to
the
study
lieutenant.
some of the samples that we brought on board. It looks like everything is really tied in with electricity. The fruit within the cacti that you were talking about climbing on apparently works as some sort of capacitance gel, and so I'm not sure it would be wise to climb around and be messing them. But also the soil seems to have electric properties. Everything seems to sort of work with electricity on this planet. Not sure what you might be able to do with it or how you might be able to use that yet. We're still looking into it, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. Pricker has been looking up some databases, so I think he's just sitting there sort of like munching on some popcorn. I think he might be done.
Oh, that's me.
But I'm not sure. So
well, I grabbed a handful of your popcorn. It's delicious.
Oh.
It's very good.
You guys,
Very
Yeah.
good. You put nutritional yeast on that, or it's just really
Yeah,
good?
yeah.
It's delicious.
Just a little.
Yeah,
Just
really
a
good
sprinkle.
popcorn.
Okay, we'll keep working on ideas for how I might be able to turn that into some advantage. But in the meantime, I guess noted.
Pricker, did you find out anything?
What's that?
I was giving an opportunity for Pricker to relay his
Oh.
planet
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
information.
So Federation hasn't found much on this planet other than what we just discovered about the electrical properties and that there are only very small animals here. So I don't know what you heard in that cave, but it is something the Federation hasn't seen before.
acknowledged. Maddox out.
Okay, you're still crouched behind some rocks and near one of the cactuses, and the Gorn is slowly trotting away from the cave and sniffing the air.
Okay.
And you have two turns to do something.
Just 2 this time?
2 turns means he's closer,
Yeah.
because the number of total turns before he catches you is a set number.
Exactly. You have the opportunity to.
Gotcha.
You have the opportunity to do 2 turns
Right.
before he catches up to you.
Gotcha. Okay. So
And if you run, you create 2 extra turns.
But there was something in the cave, deeper in the cave than the Gorn. It seems to, I'm interpreting that as the Gorn fleeing. So whatever's in there is scaring the Gorn. So I want to kind of try to find a way to use that to my advantage. I have greater speed. I have greater agility. What's the mass of this of the Gorn? Like how big is the Gorn that I'm facing right now?
Yeah.
Comparatively to me, is it 3 times my mass, 2 times, 1 time?
Yeah. So he's definitely taller and denser than you are. So I'll say he has about a half of a meter on you. So that's 3-ish feet.
Jesus.
Yeah. The Gorn. This guy's a big guy, and obviously you don't know how much he weighs, but based on his size and the muscle mass, you guess that he weighs north of 225 pounds, and
Well.
most of that would be muscle.
All right. So what I was thinking about doing was using 1 turn to sprint at him and literally do a barrel roll into his shins to take out his legs.
Oh my.
Oh, to like knock him down.
Yeah, to knock him down and then immediately get up and run out at full speed.
Oh. Interesting.
Now, that being said, my fitness and security sucks. So
Perfect. Yeah.
This is a great plan, Captain.
Well, you have momentum.
so I'm also thinking
So
about
the Gorn is, you said 235 pounds?
225, which isn't that big.
225? Yeah, it's like he's a small basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Wilt Chamberlain would kick his ass.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I'm just
actually,
not good at estimating numbers, guys.
Yeah.
Well, it's canon now. You said 225, so he's like the Manute Bull of Gorn.
There's a very stretched out.
Yeah, all right. So what I'm going to do is I look around me and I find a semi-largest rock. I'm going to call it probably 15 pounds.
Okay.
And I'm going to cradle that rock with me, and then I'm going to run at full speed and barrel roll into his shins to take out his legs, because I know I can get up quicker than he can to outrun whatever's in the cave.
Okay.
So wait, I'm going to add this in there just real quick.
Yeah.
So based on his size, Steven Adams could probably just beat him up outright.
Okay.
So the basketball fans are going to get that, specifically Ryan's cousin, who is in Oklahoma.
Specifically Ryan's cousin.
So she'll know who Steven Adams is. That one's for you.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. I'm glad we got that in there.
Oh,
All right. So
gosh.
you're picking up a rock. That's going to make running pretty difficult. You're running towards him, which is going to be pretty daring act to do. And then you're going to need to activate the effect of knockdown. So you guys all have unarmed strike as a weapon on your character sheets. We're going to call this an unarmed strike attack. And as long as you get an effect, he will be knocked down. But if you
All
don't
right.
roll an effect, he won't be knocked down.
So if you're gonna count the rock against me, then I'm not gonna use it. Because
Okay.
the whole point was that I just wanted to increase my mass to give myself a little bit more momentum going into his legs.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
If that's going to be problematic for me, I would just say, oh no, this is too heavy. I'm just gonna do it without the rock.
Well, we can do it this way. I won't increase the difficulty level, but we can increase the complication range. So
Okay.
if you have a higher chance of rolling a complication, but the task itself is easier than it would be without the rock.
Yeah. All right. That makes sense.
Okay. Okay, so we'll make the complication range 2. So that means if you roll a 19 or a 20, that's a complication. However, the task itself will be a difficulty 2 instead of a 3.
Okay.
And it's going to be a daring and security.
Oh, for the love of God, that's a total of 9 for me.
Can you move your stuff around or no?
Not right now.
No.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it would be daring. I don't have an argument against it. Let's see. My
Remember, you also have
focus
talents
is,
and what is the other one? Values. Yeah.
Values.
the only talent that I see might be applicable is proud and honorable, because I'm going at a man's legs.
Because you are literally punching him below the belt. Yeah, I don't think that applies.
So I'm gonna guess you're not going to let me do that.
Not so much, no.
Okay, well then I will spend. We have 7 momentum, right?
Correct.
If I roll 1 momentum, I get 1 dice. If I spend 3 momentum, I get to roll 4
Correct.
total dice. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend 3 momentum, daring, security, and here we go. I'm going at the man's legs.
Give it a shot.
Whoa!
4 successes.
Wow. We'll take
Nice.
4 successes.
So I pick up the rock and I turn the corner and I scream like a Leroy Jenkins kind of battle cry. I say, "Rising Maddox!"
Oh no.
And I barrel roll into the Gorn. I knock him on his face and I throw the rock on his back.
Oh, okay. All right.
boy.
Well, remember, you still have to roll the challenge dice to roll an effect.
Oh, shit. Okay, well then I'm still holding the rock.
Pause.
Right, the challenge dice.
So you've knocked into him. You definitely knocked him off balance significantly, but he's still standing for now. So go to your character sheet, roll the unarmed strike, and if you roll an effect, then that will knock him down.
And my range is 4. That doesn't change at all, right? I just roll.
Correct.
An effect.
Ah, nice.
1 effect.
Exactly what you needed.
Exactly what you needed. So you knock him down, and now you have an extra turn to do whatever you want.
Can I flick him off and run, or can I just run? Like, will you
Do
let
you
me-
want to spend one of your turns on flicking him off?
Don't go all good speed on us.
So, but in the meantime, like before I run, can I get any information about what's in the cave beyond us, or no? Is it just like, since now I'm closer in, can I hear anything else? Can I?
Not unless you want to take a turn to do so.
Nope. I want to run. I'm running.
Okay.
You've only got one turn, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he gains an extra turn now because the Gorn will have to spend a turn getting up. I had it down that he had 2, so now he has 3.
Oh, I didn't know if you were gonna count that. Oh, because he got knocked down, so that adds 1.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't count. But I should count that as a turn. Yeah, you're right. So okay, yeah. So 1 plus 1 equals. Hang on. 2.
It's 2.
Two.
Yeah, it's 2. Yeah.
Okay, so you got 2 turns.
Leave it to the engineers.
I have 2 turns remaining.
Yes.
Okay, I want to. I don't know what I can do. I don't have a tricord or anything, but I want to try to at least focus and try to see if I can hear anything in the bowels of the cave.
So you want to spend a turn to see what's in the cave.
I don't see why not.
Well, you could spend those turns to run away, and then those would give you more turns, which would give you more time to do other things.
I can always outrun him. I'm not worried about him catching up to me.
Okay, then go ahead and do, let's see, Insight and Science.
Okay, very good.
Difficulty 2.
Okay, difficulty 2. Roger. What's our momentum status?
So you have 5 right now.
We have 5. All right, so I'm gonna spend 1 momentum. Here's 3 dice. 2 successes.
2 successes.
So you hear the same thing, the same kind of growl, roar, screech sound coming from deep below. You can't really see that far because the darkness, the light falls off pretty quickly. But you are able to see some kind of motion further down into one of the tunnels. There's actually several tunnels.
Could he tell if it was getting closer?
It does appear to be getting closer, and based on the movement and the size of it, or based on the movement, you can tell that whatever it is quite large.
Okay. I never sheathed my kukri, so I still have it also in my hand. Are we gonna buy that?
Yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
I'm gonna.
We're gonna buy that.
Since the Gorn is face down on the floor, I want to take a strike at the back of one of his legs.
Okay.
Oh, ouch.
Interesting. Okay, so
Flee, you fool!
that'll be melee attack.
Melee, Brian.
Melee. So real quick, just in terms of the mechanics of things, if he does this, even if he succeeds versus not succeeding, when it's the Gorn's turn,
He'll slow down.
the Gorn will just be able to attack him.
Right, but the Gorn only gets 1 turn to my whatever, so the Gorn will have to stand up to get his turn, and then I can run.
Right. Is that going to be true, Brian? Is the Gorn getting up from knockdown? That will be its turn.
Mechanically.
Yeah, mechanically, I'm just making sure.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I will translate it into mechanics in some way. Adding a full extra turn is if it merits that, if it merits giving you a whole extra turn.
What do you mean, if it merits?
But it would give you something. So in other words, like, it'll take him a turn to stand up.
Right.
You always have a turn to basically run faster than he can.
Right.
If you do succeed in essentially injuring his leg, that presumably would slow him down more. But I don't know if it would slow him down as much to give you a whole extra turn.
Well, no, that's fine. I just want to make sure that I can, like, if I try this, I can then run after he stands up. Like, that's like.
You still can.
Okay, yeah, that's all I was checking.
So this is what I'd like to do.
Okay, so it's going to be daring and security,
Great.
and it is an opposed task.
Shit.
Daring and security, and I'm going to spend the threat to buy an extra die.
And we got our momentum back before, so I'm going to spend. What are we at now? We're at 5 momentum still.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to spend 3 momentum
Yeah, to get the 2 extra die.
to get 4 dice total.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Nice.
Okay.
All right.
You got it.
3 successes to GM's 1.
Yep. So he tries to move out of the way. The rock prevents him from moving quickly enough. You bring the dagger down, and you bring it right into what is on a human a calf, his calf muscle. You can roll for damage if you want. You've already succeeded
Oh yeah.
as to what you were trying to do.
And this is still an unarmed strike, or no? It's a knife strike now.
Yeah, it's a knife strike. Now, because it's not. No, it's not lethal. So when a Starfleet officer makes an attack that has the potential to be lethal.
It's an escalation.
Yeah, it's an escalation, and so therefore it's more threat. However, you're not actually trying to kill him.
I mean, would anything be an escalation in this? Because, I mean, isn't this
The point?
essentially a known fight to the death?
Yeah, but if you remember the episode, Kirk had the chance to deliver a fatal blow and didn't. So
Right.
True.
that's still a choice that Maddox has to make.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. My range is 1, so I'm only going to get one shot at this apparently. So, does that sound right? Is it whatever my
Your
my-
unarmed strike?
No, my knife strike. I have a knife strike.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The qualities are deadly and effects vicious 1. So
Yikes.
Yeah, so deadly, it means that it's always going to be deadly. Like, it's always going to have that effect
Yeah.
that we just talked about.
Of
But I'm
course.
actually not going to apply it because of what you're doing.
okay.
Yeah. Because I think the thing said you can always choose not to if you don't want to.
Yeah.
1 effect.
Okay. Well, so 2 points of damage.
Well, 2 damage, 1 effect.
Yeah. And the vicious...
I think it like doubles the hit points or something for every effect or something like that.
Yeah, the attack inflicts X additional damage for each effect roll. So, yeah. So you essentially do 3 points of damage to his stress.
3 points of damage.
Yep.
Nice.
Holden is a little impressed.
A little.
So, a little.
From 150 miles up, he shoots Maddox some finger guns.
It was all because of those 20 push-ups I did a little while ago.
Well, like, I mean, he likes Maddox and all, or I like Maddox and all. He's not really much of a fighter and
No.
falls down a lot. So,
I fall down so much.
so I am a little surprised at how well he is, like, handling himself at the moment.
All right, so it's Gorn's turn now. I spit on the Gorn.
Oh,
Oh,
Dude,
that's sad.
harsh.
that's too far.
Not
No,
very
I'm-
nice.
I'm assuming your next action is to run away, right?
No, it's not. Now
Or is
it's
it
not
not?
my turn. Now it's the Gorn's turn.
I think he wants to see what the Gorn does and what happens with the other beast or whatever.
Oh, I see. Well, the problem is, like, he has to take a turn getting up, is the thing.
I thought I expended my. I thought I had one more turn to go, and I could either run or just do what I did, which was to injure him.
Which you did.
Yeah, which he did, and we'll say
Correct.
that he's still on his back. But now that it's his turn,
Well, isn't it?
he's definitely
correct.
going to stand
Isn't
up.
it the ship's
okay.
turn?
Huh?
Isn't it the ship's turn?
No, I want to resolve this real quick.
Oh, okay.
All right. So the Gorn. So you're just going with the Gorn just stood up after
Yeah.
all that.
He manages to get out from under the rock you put on him. He stands up. He favors one leg because the other one is injured, but he takes the time to get up.
Okay. I run.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad we resolved this.
Run.
Fitness security.
And where are we now in our on our momentum?
4.
We're at 4. All right. I'm gonna spend 1.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
1.
Oh dear.
2 successes, so I get the momentum back, but I do have a critical failure.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, so you run, you manage to open up the 2 turns of distance, but you do trip up on some uneven rocky terrain, so you also lose a turn. So you now have 1 turn of distance.
Ugh.
He was doing so well.
1 turn of distance.
Correct.
Okay.
Holden is really sad at that.
Just as I was starting to like him.
I know, right?
Did anything happen with the animal in the thing? In the cave?
In the cave? No.
Oh, that was dumb then.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be cool.
Well, not yet, at least.
And as all of that happens,
Now it has the taste of Gorn blood, but also human pee. So
so it's a question of which one it prefers.
Oh, gross.
So yeah, you run away, and as you do, the storm
Wait,
is
you're not human.
getting more intense. What? Oh
And
yeah, he's a hybrid.
Andorian pee?
He's a hybrid.
Well, he's half human, but his pee is the Andorian side.
It's Humandorian pee.
Hugh Dorian.
He gets his pee from his mother's side.
This took a weird turn.
Okay, so now we're cutting back to the ship.
We're continuing to investigate the stuff. We got 1 of the tasks
Okay.
completed. You said there were 3 total.
Yep. Now you know what the thing is.
The properties of them.
Yeah, let's do an insight plus engineering. No, insight and science. Difficulty 2.
What am I checking right now?
Basically the next step in the process, unless there's something specific you want to talk about researching.
No, that's fine.
I was just doing as a general learn more about the stuff in front of me roll.
Gotcha.
But if you want to do something more specific or something else,
no.
then you can.
Thing is, my insight in science is very low.
Can the doctor
I
do
mean,
it?
I could do it.
The doctor
Well,
is injured.
unfortunately, Dr. Teal is in sickbay getting checked out.
Oh, right.
Yep.
I'm fine.
So I will do it. And the ship's gonna help, yeah.
Yeah.
Ship's gonna help.
And
I think also because you're in engineering, that also adds to it, adds an advantage to it.
that adds an advantage to it.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
Medical tasks in sickbay have an advantage to them because they're in sickbay, and similar for engineering stuff in engineering.
Okay.
It can be used to nullify a complication.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely save it for that then.
We're gonna say it'll give you a momentum if you succeed, an extra
Okay.
momentum.
All right. How many momentum do we have total?
4.
4.
I think, not to downgrade us, but I think we only have 3 momentum. Because we had 4, and then it was difficulty 2 before, right? When I was running, or was it difficulty 1?
Difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1, yeah.
Oh, well, okay, then we do have 4.
All right.
Because running's not usually that hard.
Yeah.
For most people.
You know what, Aurora?
All right.
You can take this command and you can shovel it.
Based on the time and the pacing, I'm going to give you guys 3 turns on the Tempest before cutting
Okay.
back.
I'm gonna spend 1 momentum to try and figure this out since I'm a little behind
Okay.
on it. So.
Okay.
Okay.
And roll, and 2 successes
2 successes.
and 1 critical.
And a complication. Okay.
Since it's
So you succeed, you don't get any momentum back, and you also get a critical fail. So essentially,
but hold on.
Yeah.
Since we are in engineering, you said we can either get a momentum back if we succeed or get rid of a complication. So I would like to
That's true.
not get a complication on this.
Fair enough. Good work.
Uh-huh.
Good job, boy.
Okay, so the complication is nullified. You succeed at the task. Essentially, now you're able to see if this was somebody's intention, and who knows, but you start to put together how you could take these different elements and put them together into some kind of electrical discharging weapon. Here, essentially, what you do is this: you would take the 2 rocks, you would put them into the body of the cactus. You would put a little bit of the crystal in between the 2 rocks, and then smash them together, which would create an arc that would then propagate out of the cactus through one of the barbs. Is essentially the theory that you put together of how this thing is supposed to work.
Cool.
Fascinating.
Does that make sense?
It's electrical cactus gun.
Yeah.
So you have your theory,
That happens to fit the facts.
but putting it together will be another task.
All right. And you said you were gonna give us 3, so I'm gonna take another 1 to do that.
Okay. Is everybody else on the ship okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine.
I mean, no, I'm not okay with that. I want to do something totally different.
We have 1 more turn, Captain Pricker. You will get your chance.
Oh, my thing's gonna be 3 turns long. So, sorry.
So we already can't do it.
Yep.
Your turn is nullified.
Let's undo that. You unlearn those things.
Unlearn those things.
Okay. So this is going to be a control and engineering difficulty 3.
All right. So it's still in engineering.
Yep.
Correct. We have 4,
You have 3 momentum right now.
3 momentum at the moment.
Do you need any help?
Oh,
Not from Oliver Twist.
Yeah. Eel could come
Can-
down. Yeah.
Oh. So wait, doing the
Eel
analyze
Can
thing.
come down and help.
Hold on. So
I'm around.
yes, Eel. Hold on 1 second, please.
Hold,
Alright,
please.
yeah.
Hold, please.
That's fine, I was whittling anyway.
Hold on. Just a second.
Holden's got nothing.
I went
Take your time.
I went to like 3 different things in my brain, and I didn't know how to quite order them properly. 1, I was going to note that his plasma systems, because he's electric, would be super helpful in this situation.
Beam eel down.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, we're not allowed to.
Second.
I'm not allowed to go down there, but I can be helpful.
It says persons can't be beamed down, not eels.
Not eels. Okay.
Awesome. Technicality.
Second, when I
Okay.
was rolling for trying to figure the thing out, we never rolled for the computer to assist. So I'm
okay.
going to go ahead and roll 1 now to do that.
for the momentum.
Yeah, to
go
see
ahead.
if we get, which we didn't get. So it didn't matter. But it was
Okay.
worth a try. I was going to see if I can get an extra
If I
momentum.
had rolled it would have been fine. But
Well, you've been slow on the trigger this whole thing, so.
I'm sorry.
All right, and then lastly, it's control and engineering to try and assemble this thing. You said it's a difficulty
Correct.
3.
Correct.
I've got a 14 there.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask. So also, I have a focus, a fast learner, since I've worked on this before, because I just did the previous one to study. Can I use my focus on it?
Yes, since you have been studying, I will allow you to use the
Yeah,
focus.
that's why I didn't try to do it last time, because Teal ran the first roll.
Yeah.
So I've run one without it, and now I've learned.
Right.
And now, can Eel assist me instead of the ship?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
right.
Let's do this then.
it's a difficulty 3. I'm going to spend 1 momentum to try and get this out.
Okay.
All right.
And I roll and get 1 success.
Well, I
Woof.
got a success anyway.
Thanks, Seal.
So that's 2.
You're
So
welcome.
not quite.
Yeah, but I helped.
Not there.
All right.
Yeah, you haven't figured it out yet.
Okay.
How to do it.
We get 1 more turn.
So now that was 2 turns. You have 1 turn left.
Pricker.
Pricker.
Yeah.
You want to do another wisdom lore check?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. So
Prove how smart I am.
roll the same thing.
Look at that, genius.
There you go. You got it.
Genius.
A genius of
Look at
1.
this. I can remember so good.
So as things start to take
Not so
the
much
turn
on
towards
the
where
speaking.
they're going, it seems relevant to mention at this point that in all 3 of the previous encounters, there did seem to be intentionally on the part of the Gorn. Part of the setup was making some kind of weapon out of available materials, right? So the first one was a Vulcan captain, and she actually made a Lirpa, because she was a Lirpa duelist champion. So
Isn't that a musical instrument?
no, that's I don't know what that is.
Brian picks up shovel and puts it right back down.
The weapon from a muck time with the
Sure,
pommel on
sure,
one end
sure.
and the blade on the other. She
Like
was
a
able to make
jousting
that.
stick.
Yeah, she was able to make that out of local materials, and she was a champion, a former duelist champion in that. The Andorian also did something. He essentially had the materials to make a net and was able to trap the Gorn. The Tellarite captain, theoretically, and we're looking back on this now, we surmise, or Starfleet surmises, he had the ability to make some kind of bow and arrow with poison tips on it, but he never actually succeeded in doing that. Yeah, so there was some kind of improvised weapon in part of all of these encounters, including Kirk's first one, obviously. So, whether or not that's intentional on the part of the Gorn, who knows?
Copy. All right. So, Captain Maddox here.
Nope.
I'm so bad at calling people today. Nope. I just keep dialing wrong numbers.
Holden can operate the equipment fine, but he gets such anxiety about the other person picking up.
Hi, Sam Smith. I'm America.
I keep dialing wrong numbers, but all I have to do is touch my comm badge, and I keep screwing that up. Captain, this is Holden.
Go ahead, Maddox.
You know, quit picking on me, is all I'm saying. So I'm going to go ahead and relay the information that I got from the study portion of it.
Okay.
Note that we did not try creating one yet, but we believe that it's theoretically possible, and I described to him what it could be. So the assumption is, like, I guess he could try it if he wants, but if he wants to wait until we have a chance to try it and test it ourselves,
Yeah.
he can do so. But if he wants to take the chance and try to do it himself, he's welcome to.
Yeah, so just a quick revision or clarification on that. You did try to put one together, you just didn't succeed this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you now have the basic idea of how to put together one, and you can relay those instructions to him.
Yep. So I'm going to do that.
All right.
Acknowledged. That is very useful information, and I immediately go over to the. Well, wait, it's my turn, right?
Yes, and you have 1 turn at the moment.
Okay.
Before the Gorn close the distance.
So
I run to put more space in between us.
Yeah. Travis, did you have a comment?
I was gonna sort of confer with Ryan out of game, like planning of what we should try and do, sort of thing.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put a little bit more space in between us, which I can pretty much always do, it seems. So I can always keep a few turns of distance between me and the Gorn. So that would be step one. And step two would be to go to one of these trees or to one of these cacti and start, messing with what you guys did, building upon what you guys did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was going to talk differently.
Oh,
than that,
oh, well,
so. Once you
What's up?
you injured the Gorn and the big giant thing is coming to attack it. I don't really know necessarily. I'm not trying to tell Maddox what to do or anything, but it would be neat if the way you save the Gorn is not necessarily by not delivering a fatal blow, but saving its life by electrocuting the giant thing trying to kill it.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
I don't know if that would be possible, but it's something that I just had that idea and I was like, ooh, that'd be kind of neat.
That would be kind of neat. Okay, I'll take it into consideration.
So don't kill yourself trying.
Let's see. We'll see if the Gorn's life becomes endangered by whatever's in the cave, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so go ahead and do your run
Fitness
task.
and security difficulty 1.
Correct.
All right. I'm gonna try not to roll a momentum this time. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Captain, do you need to roll up your pant legs or something?
All right. Well,
He runs
Okay.
and trips on the pea-covered shirt.
Yeah, so you turn to run, but you realize that you've kind of backed yourself into rocky territory that you would actually have to climb over to move past as opposed to run.
well, that sounds like you're adding a complication.
No, I mean it would depend on how hard I made the climbing the next turn to be.
If it's anything more than just running, it would be a complication.
Yeah, it's going to be the
Not
same
gonna be.
difficulty as running. It's just a different thing narratively. So
Okay.
so I can say that something happened other than you fell down and hit your face. But if you want, we can go with you fell down and hit your face part.
At
Again.
this point, it'd be par for the course for Maddox. So-
All right. Why don't we combine the two and we'll say you turned around and face planted directly into a rock. And then just pitched straight back like a door Daffy Duck in a cartoon. Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
So, you only had one turn of distance between the two, so the Gorn captain is able to close the distance, and he is going to make an attack.
Well, hold on. No. He can't do that, can he? He's got to catch up to me.
Oh, I see. Yeah. You're right. Right. So he's going to spend the turn closing the distance,
Right.
and then the next turn he will attack if you don't run away or you can't get away.
Guys, should I spend a momentum? What do you
I think maybe like stop running.
I literally can't at this point. Now I have to
Yeah,
put
you have
distance
to
in
run.
between them. Otherwise, he's going to attack.
Yeah, but like you're not doing well running.
I'm not doing badly.
He didn't. He rolled
I'm just-
once badly on running. Everything else he's done well.
His track record is actually not bad this episode.
All right, so I'm gonna run or climb or whatever I need to do to try to get myself out of this predicament.
Okay, so same roll as running.
All right, same roll as running. This time I will spend a momentum, 3 chances to try to get one damn success, and here we go.
There it is.
All right.
You got one damn
Okay,
success.
One damn success.
So I did the Scooby Doo.
Okay. So you now have 2 turns of space between you.
Okay.
And how much momentum do we have left?
1.
Jesus.
Good job, Ryan.
Is there a way to get more of that?
Roll
better.
good.
Yeah, by rolling better.
Roll better. Roll good.
Get good.
That's up to you guys now.
You can also, I mean, there are other ways to gain momentum. One of the ways, I'll just throw it out there, is you can give me threat. It's not so much giving me threat, but you can essentially spend threat instead of momentum to improve your odds. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that would then also not improve our odds because the threat.
Indeed,
Yeah.
correct.
All right.
I'm just saying, like, if you're in a corner, that's an option.
So are we back to the ship, or is it the Gorn's turn? What's going on?
No, we're gonna stay with the Gorn. We're gonna stay on the planet for the time being.
Okay.
So Maddox, you have 2 turns of space between you. See, now the sequence is starting to confuse me. Does that take 1 turn out of Maddox? Maddox is 2?
When I ran?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
It does.
That's a turn.
No,
Yeah.
because you successfully ran.
But does it take 1 turn out of
No,
your
it
turn?
wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's essentially going to keep chasing you, keep closing the distance, and you have 2 turns worth of time to do whatever you want.
All right, so I got 2 turns. Well, I'm going to take off again. Here we go again.
Yep.
I'm going to run, and here we go. I'm not going to spend a momentum because I have faith that I can get 1 success,
You mean the momentum?
and I did.
You got 1 success.
So now I am 2 turns away from him again.
So it'd be 3
you're
total.
actually 3. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you've put some space in between
Okay.
you two.
Okay, so now you have 3 turns worth of time before he closes the distance.
All right, I'm going to run.
Any news from the animal in the cave?
Yeah.
Nope.
How about how about a cactus? Am I within? All right, you know what? I'm gonna run one more time to put 1 more turn between us.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, and there's plenty of cacti around.
All right, 2 successes, so
There
I
you
get a momentum back, right? Or
Yep.
okay, good. So we have two momentum,
And now you have 5 turns worth of time to do something.
all right, great. And so I'm going to try to piggyback on the Tempest's advice and build one of these electro cacti weapons.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna call it a cactidart.
Cactidart.
The dark.
I called it cactus cannon in my notes, but yeah. So for you in your situation, since you're not studying it, you're just trying to put it together, but you're also in a much more hostile environment. This is going to be an extended task for you.
Okay.
So it's going to be a difficulty 2, magnitude of 4, and the amount of work is 8.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to be. It's not easy. It's going to take some time.
Right.
Will it be easier if we complete our task?
I'll knock like 1 task roll off. So in other words, once you succeed, then Maddox can roll work on that task as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I understand.
Yeah. If and when you roll successfully to figure out how to put it together, that can count as a turn in figuring out how to put it together on the planet.
Okay. Yeah. I was just making sure it was worth it for us to still continue down that path. But all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it's going to be a control and science.
Control and science. I'm not going to spend a moment. Each part of this extended task is a difficulty of
2.
2.
Yep.
So I need a success every time. And we have 2 momentum total.
Correct.
I'm going to spend 1 momentum on this go, and hopefully I'll get 1 back. Here we go. 3. So I get
3
a momentum.
successes.
Yeah.
3 successes. I
Okay.
get the momentum back. I have how many points of work are done then?
I think it's 2 plus the discipline used. So your science plus 2.
My science is a 4, and then I roll 2 dice.
No, 4 plus 2. So 6 total.
6 total. Oh, challenge dice, right?
Yeah, challenge dice.
Got
not
it. Got
task
it.
roll dice.
Got it. Okay, here we go. Ugh.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, not bad.
3.
3.
So 3 points of work. That is not enough for a breakthrough, unfortunately. But you're on the way. And that's a turn. So you now have 4 turns worth of time before the Gorn closes the distance.
Are we ever going to cut back to the Tempest to see them, or just keep?
Yeah,
going
would you
this?
guys like to do that now, or do you want
Yeah,
to
let's
keep
do
going
that
on
now.
this drop?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I would think so.
that's enough. We'll give Travis can get another turn at
Yeah.
at assembling
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
All right.
So we cut back to the Tempest. And now Dr. Teal has gone to sickbay. She's gotten checked out. She's all good. So she's back in play again.
I'm fine.
Welcome back, Dr. Teal.
Thank you.
So to continue to try and assemble this thing, it's control plus engineering, correct?
Correct.
What's the difficulty again? 2?
3.
It's a 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I still use the fast learner again?
Yeah, you can use a focus every time. I think.
I also have guerrilla warfare, which was going to be my backup if you said no. Because assembling a makeshift weapon seems to fit. So I'm going to use a focus. Also, just to try and make sure, since I am sort of like MacGyvering a taser out of a cactus and some rock, I would like to go ahead and utilize my I can work with that
Okay.
value.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great use of that value.
Yeah, totally.
So that's 2 automatic successes, yes?
Okay. Yep. So you need one more.
All right. And we have 2 momentum left.
Correct.
All right, I'm going to spend 1 momentum as well
Okay.
on this. 5 successes.
Wow.
Okay, so you get 2 momentum back.
Oh, thank goodness.
Nice.
So you're now on to
Yes.
3.
Nice.
That was since I was using a focus.
The value that's one we can only use once per game.
Permission, correct.
Correct, yeah.
Permission. Right. Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
Okay,
So
so
am
you
I
managed
rolling-
to figure out how to actually make the thing work. You
Am I rolling
guys.
challenge dice for the work?
Oh yeah, roll the challenge dice.
All right, so I have engineering of 5 plus 2, 7. So I'm gonna roll 7
Okay.
challenge dice. And it looks
Whoa!
like
Wow.
that's 6
1,
work.
2,
6
3,
work
4, 5,
effort.
6.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
So
a breakthrough.
that helps a lot. That's 6 work, which is a breakthrough. So that's a good amount of work on his extended challenge. And we'll say that the Tempest has 2 more turns before we go back down to the planet.
I want to brainstorm with Prick and Teal.
Great.
Okay. Do you want eel?
Sure, Eel can be there. I mean, that's really up to Eel.
Oh no, I
Not so
meant
much
would
me.
I be useful to you? That's all.
Are you,
But if you
are you
don't,
useful, Eel?
you know, I didn't have to stand for this. I was working on something on my own.
Maddox the Tempest, report.
What's going on? Okay, so now Maddox
I-
has 3 turns left before the Gorn closes the distance. Not really.
So no, I was basically gonna ask, since we still have the ability to beam down something to help the captain. I don't know what we would do, but I was just gonna note that like we're pretty far into this mission, and it looks like he's sort of creating a weapon that may help. So maybe just start brainstorming what we might be able to.
What to beam down?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
might be useful, and we have the med kit on standby, which should help him if he gets injured in some way. So that's sort of our default back pocket thing to send. But if we can think of something that might help him proactively, I can't think of anything right now. But it was just noting that's something we should think
Yeah.
of.
Could we just send him schematics for this thing that he's trying to build?
I sort of took that as the work track thing that Brian gave us.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's sort of what I
basically
did.
we're doing.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
wrap all of that into that. Yeah.
So yeah, that was just a note. I just wanted to remind us, like, we haven't done anything on that front yet, and I'm kind of drawing a blank as to what to send him, but I figured
Right.
toss it
Right.
out there to remind you all. So we still have 2 more tasks. I am not sure what else to do. I mean, I'm assuming Pricker will do another lore check.
So you can't send me anything that can generate power or can replicate anything, but can you send something as sort of a, in effect, like become a lightning rod that I could therefore sort of throw at the Gorn?
A component of a weapon as opposed to a weapon itself.
Huh.
Aha. Is that
That's
a
a good
loophole?
idea. Can
Loophole.
can someone else propose that? Not Ryan?
then we
Then
might
we
be-
should. Then we can do
Yeah.
it.
I'm assuming we want to at least use one of our turns to do the lore/wisdom check.
Yeah, the
So-
lore
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah,
I
100%.
can do that.
We could just keep that in our back pocket for later.
I'll do that now. Do you guys want me to do that right now, or wait till?
Do that now. I'm going to see if I can think of anything else for us to do.
Well, that's done and it's useless. So
All right.
Good job, Pricker.
I hope those 2 seconds were useful to you, Travis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad I could help.
I would like to do a focused scan on the cave to see if we can get more information specifically on the animal now that it's closer to the entrance, since it's moving that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Way to
can do
be,
that.
Travis.
Good point.
So yeah, the 2 seconds were very helpful, Brian.
Okay, so yeah, that'll just be a typical sensor science, control and
I can
science.
roll ship.
Difficulty 2.
All right, difficulty 2, science. 2 successes for Holden.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
The ship broke.
The
You
ship's
broke your little ship.
The ship gave me a blue screen of death real quick. I have to reboot
At
this
this-
console.
Purple screen of death for Elcar.
For
At this
Elkhart.
point,
Oh, yes.
Pricker mutters under his breath, "My ship is so much better."
And
The ship sucks.
a tiny little personified Starfleet chevron pops up and says, "You're trying to scan. Would you like help with that?"
No.
No, We tried to shut that
Okay.
off.
Get out of here, Badgie.
That made me snort.
That was part 2 of Captain in the Arena. Come aboard next time for part 3 to find out if Maddox will do anything at all to best his Gorn counterpart. In the meantime, we're so happy and thankful to you for continuing to enjoy the adventures of the crew of the Starship Tempest. And we'd be excited to tell you that on any of our social media platforms. Please reach out and engage with us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all the usual places. You can find us under the handle Starship Tempest. Or, even better, you can join the crew. We're not above bribery, so you can become an ensign for as little as $1 a month. Check out patreon.com/Starship Tempest for details on what perks you get for becoming a donor to the show. Thank you for listening, and as always, stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you out there.